Oh, let's try to get you set up. Alright. I hope you're falling over. Alright. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Spread Space. I'm ClairV. And we're going to do a little energy check, see what's going on for today. And right when I was filling out the title of this live, daily reading, I thought of feeling. So, like, yeah. Four of Pentacles in reverse. And I see this, like, the chain doors, like the doors are chained. They're not only locked, but they're chained. And there's, like, AI. Excuse me, guys. There's, like, I see, like, I don't know whether it's a drone or one of those little things. Let's see what's going on with this. Oh no. That went behind me now. Alright, for my viewers, what do we need to hear or know about our feeling? This one's flipped up. See if we can reach these. There's just one down there. Excuse me, guys. Oh, man. This is why I quit smoking. I said, God, please help me quit smoking. And I received this. Not only can I not inhale a cigarette, but I can't even inhale a freaking natural breath. So we have the Fool in reverse. So perhaps you are like doing something without even thinking, or without even viewing your feelings, since we're on them. We have the Strength in reverse. I hear the cat is out of the bag. This Eight of Pentacles is here. Excuse me. Perhaps this is, he's putting a lid on this doghouse, or this is a money house. This could be a bank where you house your money. And I have this. So I must open these up too, y'all. I must now. So we still have two box cards. Sorry, y'all. Two cards that are unflipped, and what I see right here is the Devil in reverse. And that is right next to the Strength in reverse. When I said the cat is out of the bag, there is some kind of lie or deception that's not out. Perhaps that's why we're in our feelings. The card that came out was the Tower in reverse. So this is either a warning that the Tower upright is coming, or that we're experiencing some kind of tower movement, but of a lesser sense. In some cases, this can be more of a sense. On the bottom of the deck, we received the Truce card. On the split, we have the Prince of Cups. This is this filmmaker, and on the top of the deck, we have fortitude. Perhaps this is some sort of government building or government position. Perhaps we are talking about some kind of government lie, or if it's not like the government, perhaps it's like your government, like the government in your area, like your work, or who do you speak up, like look up to, or take orders from, or you know what I mean? We have this devil in reverse, and right on under the devil in reverse, we have this 9 of cups. It's like your wish. Be careful what you wish, because it will come true. This is like one of the best cards in the deck. You see, he's just like sitting with his, it's like manifesting. Like, this is like no work necessary. I hear like take a break, because we do have like the 8 of Pentacles. So we have been working already for quite some time on this, or dealing with this situation, something that has to do with this. Perhaps this was 8, when you were 8 years, 8 months, something of the sort. But the 2 cards we have uncovered. Alright, it's the 6 of Pentacles, the 6 of Cups. So yes, right when I said about your childhood, I definitely think, excuse me, sorry. And the other cup, and the other card is the Emperor. Wow, he looks like big, can you see it? These cards are so detailed. So this Emperor, he has a man's body and a deer head. It almost reminds me of that, like Chiron. And it's weird because it's called feeling, like I figured feeling. And this Emperor, it's like everything's burnt up in the back. It's like, it's almost like he set that fire ablaze almost. I feel as though as he's sitting here like, oh, I did this. You know, now it's like this in the background, whether it was created by this Emperor or by an outside source, this, you know, sudden something that comes and, you know, chops everything down. Here we have this fire in the background. I believe that this is this tower in the background, right? And he's sitting here like, all right, now I'm going to be responsible for this. You know, I'm responsible. He's like taking responsibility for his actions, whether he played a part in it or whatever the case may be. It's like he is almost standing up, and whether it's being protective, whether you're standing up for yourself or someone else, whether it's like an ego thing or a strength thing, I believe it definitely has to do about fortitude and strength, especially since we have this 9 and that 8 in here. So, and then we have this truth. So it's like there was some kind of confrontation or some kind of something, especially when we have this devil in reverse with the strength in reverse. We have this frog and it's going backwards, and it reminds me like frogs only move forward. You know, you see this frog? Frogs cannot go backward. So perhaps this is like only looking forward. Like once you shed that skin, it's like you can't go back into that skin. You know what I mean? So this is like being honest with ourselves. This is, you know, the devil in reverse. The lies are no longer out. We're no longer chained. And it reminds me of that first card, this 4. Once this devil is in reverse, it's like these chains are broken. And it's like we could finally enter, or we finally are stored up. The Four of Pentacles has a lot to do with holding on, or, storing up, stuff like this. But when it's in reverse, it's almost like breaking the chains, opening up these doors. It's like we're letting go. We're no longer holding on and being like stubborn. This is like letting go, seeing the feeling. And perhaps it does have to do with a child or our childhood, and we might not even know. It might stem from, yes, from like deep in the subconscious. You know what I mean? It might, like, something said or even a smell could like trigger something deep in the subconscious, and that right away could trigger something, a thought, a feeling. And here we have happiness. Perhaps we're having a barbecue, a picnic. I see layered cups. And then we have the sun in reverse. So make sure that there's nothing on the floor that we can trip over or step on, This too, because this Fool as well is in reverse. Like, we don't want to trip up. And whether this is figuratively speaking or metaphorically speaking, perhaps it's just like saying, like, clear the path, clear your like thoughts forward, so that way we could, we don't stumble. We want to almost like keep our thoughts straight. We have the Lovers in reverse, so perhaps there is some kind of something coming apart, some kind of separation, or a choice that we're failing to make. And then we have the Matriarch, the Queen of Discs. So this is something that might take us a little bit. And then we have the Seducer, the Knight of Cups, with the Prince of Wands in reverse. So we might have to take a look at the people around us. Like all the cards I just said, a prince, a knight, a princess. They are all of the court cards, which all signify people or situations in someone's life. So perhaps we have to look at the people in your life. Like, who do you work with? Like, someone even said to me today, like, you are who you hang out with. Like, birds of a feather flock together. Yeah. And here's another piece. So perhaps we do have to make a decision or draw some kind of conclusion that has to do with being this emperor. Something has to come apart. Perhaps we do have to say, like, you stand over there. Or we might not even have to say it. We can just move ourselves over here and create distance. You know how this emperor created distance between this fire and here. He can't get burnt. He can't get hurt, But he could still see it. He could still watch it burn. So, yeah, that's such a beautiful card. Perhaps we do have to be, like, stubborn in a sense. We have to be stubborn to the point where we have this piece. There's, like, a piece missing. So it's like we have to be stern to find this missing piece. Here again, it's like they're all together, and then there's like this missing piece. There's like something missing, and it's like perhaps this is in your wish or in your thought. Maybe it's something you have to like almost think of. It's like, okay, so what's missing? Okay, well, dream it up, and whatever you wish will come true. As long as you stay true to it, stay true to you, This will, as long as you stay true to you, it will stay true to it. You know what I mean? So that's what this reminds me of this, like, you conjuring up this thing. Perhaps we do have to write it down or put this thing that we think or vision into the physical sense. Perhaps we do have to write it down or speak it, act it out into existence, something of that sort. Oh yeah, here we have this snake in reverse. This is the science in reverse. So perhaps we are looking at like logical or how we feel. We're not looking at like the science behind it. This is like reminds me of like this broken heart. You see all of these going into the heart, but being that it's in reverse, these are coming out. So this tells me that there is some kind of healing involved in this, whether it is hurtful or not. This will help, along the way. Perhaps we gain some wealth out of it. We did receive the 10 of Pentacles. I hear stick with it. Yeah, works. Perhaps we do need somebody else's help or someone to help us. Yes. Because this keeps coming up. Maybe an old teacher of ours will help us, and then we have the worry in reverse. So we are definitely giving up our worries. We're definitely no longer worried anymore. We don't have to worry. I hear no worry. And here we have the Ace of Cups, which this is an opportunity for new love. New love, baby. A new love. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, and yeah, I hear, perhaps there's like an archangel or something like that. The flat world map and justice in reverse is something with the world and the injustice. Perhaps I did say government in the beginning. Perhaps this is some kind of, like, the government is tied somehow. And then we have the sun again. So, whoa, what's this art? You see this mixing of the white and the red and the yellow. This reminds me of like contrasting colors. I also see, you see the temperance back there. This is almost like anything in moderation and, watching what you do. And this is like mixing, you're almost like diluting it a little, like seeing like, okay, if it's too much, alright, well, we're gonna dilute it a little, or if it's too little, we're gonna add a little more. It's something like this, and this is definitely like a divine, something from above, or from out of this world, whether it is whatever you believe in or whatever, but these things have wings, and perhaps they are here to help you with this film and with some wealth and with these choices that you're willing to make. Let's see, on top of the deck here we have the Knight of Wands. And this is saying to stick with it, not to stop, to stay with it, and dress the part. I hear play the part. On the split, we have the Ace of Wands in reverse, so perhaps there's going to be some kind of delays in in this like race. I hear in this race or in this yeah, in this race there's going to be some kind of delay. And on the bottom we have the other Fool in reverse. So we have both the Fools in reverse here. So perhaps we are being foolish or we're not seeing something. Yeah, there's something, and it's like if you're not brave and jump, you're not gonna get it. It's like you have to step out on the ledge, or I hear take a risk. Perhaps you're afraid to take this risk. And maybe that's the Ace of Wands, the King of Swords. Now, this could be a person, like, telling you, like, oh, you can't do it, or this could be your thoughts, but don't listen to that. You have to almost, like, take this Knight of Wands and shut that down, because the King of Swords in reverse, this is unjust. These are lies, and as I'm saying that, we have this Death right underneath here. So yeah, this King of Swords is a person who is very unjust, who is very hurtful in his words, is very angry, temperamental, and he's a frickin' liar. And then here we have this Death with this scythe here. And I see that's where that's pointing. That's where the pain is. And perhaps that there is some kind of pain in this, and that's why we are not that's why we have this Fool in reverse. But we have to, like, it's almost like now's the time, like when the winter comes, and the flowers die, now's that time. The flowers know when it's time to come back. It's like the cycles in it. And it's like, now it's the cycle, and I see Saturn. Perhaps Saturn in your chart has something to do with this. We have the Five of Pentacles in reverse, and then the Five of Cups in reverse right here, or upright. So perhaps we are, we do have two things that are still like of substance, even though we may have lost these three. We could be grieving, but we are coming in out of the cold. Now we do have some kind of help. Perhaps that is the Two of the Cups, these two feelings. And this is moving on with strength. This is fortitude, velour. Despite all of this shit, despite the Tower, despite this King of Swords in reverse, despite this, and despite this devil, we are still staying on top with our strength. And this is also controlling the beast, like our beastly tendencies. Like, for instance, say, like, about the smoking thing. We are really going to be offered something, like an opportunity to gain something, a physical gain, a house, a car, something big, if we stick with this. And here we have another Lovers in reverse, so perhaps something does have to come apart. Yes, here's another indication. This is the Two of Cups in reverse. There has to be this separation, whether it's a physical separation. The Knight of Swords, we have to be honest with ourselves here. We have to be honest with ourselves here about this new relationship or this new coming together. We have the Two of Cups again in reverse. The Four of Pentacles. Perhaps we do have to save our money or save up, and then we do have the King of Cups in reverse. So I see this man as being very over emotional and over his feelings, like overbearing in a sense, like controlling. I hoped this helped somebody I thank you, and stay tuned for tomorrow. We're going to do some yes or no answers. Tarot Tuesday. We'll do some free readings. And yeah, here we have the death. We're moving on. We're moving on. Love you. Remember, when one thing, like the spring and the winter, you know, the summer and the spring, and when one thing dies, another thing comes to life. So in order for us to receive this new thing, we have to drop the old thing. So drop the old, comes the new. Thank you. Love you. Bye.